Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about camera settings and how to use your phone to get the best images for some of the stuff we've talked about in previous videos. So the first thing we're going to talk about when we're using our phones as our camera is to not use the digital zoom on your camera. We don't really like this when it comes to filming videos of ourselves, and the reason why we don't like it is because it degrades the image. It makes it really pixelated. If you want to get closer to your subject or you want to be closer to the camera, physically move the camera or move yourself so that you're close to the camera. We'd much rather have the highest quality image we can get rather than having a zoomed in image to kind of see what's happening, but it's blurry and pixelated. We'd much rather prefer to see you physically pick up the tripod and move the camera to the position you want it to be to get the best shot. The next thing we want to avoid is using the exposure lock. This is when you click and hold on the screen to lock in that lighting that's on that screen. And we want to avoid this because when there's a cloudy day and the clouds go, or the sun goes behind the clouds, your camera, your phone will not compensate for that, and you'll get super dark or super bright depending on what's happening in reality. So if you just leave it on the auto exposure, what's naturally already built into the phone, it will adjust with the different lighting. So if it gets brighter, it'll adjust its lighting. If it gets darker, it'll adjust its lighting. It's a great feature to just leave alone and try not to mess with the lighting yourself. The next thing we want to use all the time when we're filming our own videos, especially if we're shooting that kind of selfie mode, is to leave the autofocus on. And the great thing about this feature is that you'll see that if there's a face in front of the camera or in front of the lens, it'll put a box around that face, and the phone will do its best to keep that person in focus. And that's great because that's what we want in focus, right? That's the most important point. That's what people are going to relate to when they're watching your videos, and they want to see you and hear from you.
And it follows you wherever you go. So if you move around a little bit, it's going to follow you and keep you in focus.
Yeah, if you're moving around quickly, it takes a little while to adjust, a couple seconds here and there, depending if you're moving quickly. If you're kind of moving from side to side, it'll follow you and track you. It's really good technology. And then the last thing we want to do is make sure that the mic is positioned as close to you as possible. So if you're using the built-in mic of your phone, we usually say about 3 feet away is probably best just for that good quality audio. If you need to get further away, it'll still work pretty well. It'll just pick up a few of the other sounds that may be happening around you. And that's kind of another tip, is to make sure before you start filming that you listen to what's happening around you, right? If there's trash trucks happening outside or kids playing across the street, maybe try to wait until those noises are finished before you start filming your video. It's just one of the things you need to look out for when you're thinking about creating, great videos with great audio.
So the bottom line with these camera settings is, these camera phones now are really sophisticated, and companies like Apple have thought about how they set the camera up for when you immediately turn it on. And to be honest, those settings, when you go into your camera and click on video, what it is already set up as are the best camera settings for shooting video. They've given, different settings for like auto lock and focus lock and exposure lock and things like that for other situations where people might be trying to do something a little bit more specific. But for creating casual videos, the settings that are on the camera as you turn the camera on are the best for what you're trying to do.
Thanks for watching today's video. If you have any questions, reach out to us with our contact information that's on the screen. Have a great day.